Hello everybody, my name is Mark Sineri. On behalf of myself and the Trumbull Nature and Art Center, I would like to wish everybody a very happy spring. It is late March here in Connecticut, and after a fairly mild winter, spring is finally starting to arrive. And if we look really close, you'll start to see some signs of spring. So I'm going to take a walk around. I'm going to show you some things that I have found that tell me that spring is certainly arriving. One of the many insects that get an early start this time of year are water striders. And in sheltered woodland pools such as this one, you'll see them busy scooting across the surface of the water. I'll try to zoom in on some so you can get a better look at them. Water striders are fascinating insects. They have the ability to actually ride the surface tension of the water. And you'll see them scooting along very quickly. Whenever we come across a living tree that has a hole in it that's still standing, we refer to it as a den tree. And den trees are really important for wildlife because so many creatures like to live in them. The hole is usually originally made by a woodpecker, and then other creatures will move in. You could have a squirrel, bats, insects, all different types of birds. But this time of year, the competition is fierce because it's the breeding season, and all types of creatures would love to live inside of the hollow of this tree. For the most part, during the month of March here in Connecticut, the forest still looks rather bleak. The canopy or the treetops still haven't leafed out. The understory or the lower shrub layer hasn't leafed out either. But if you look closely in sheltered areas, you will come across pockets of green. And this is usually in the wetter areas. And I bet a lot of you know what that plant is growing over there across the wetland. Yep, you're right, it's skunk cabbage. If you break one of those leaves, it is super stinky. Skunk cabbage is a fascinating plant because it's one of the first things that start growing in the Connecticut forests each spring. Skunk cabbage has the unique ability to produce its own heat, so the flowers can actually melt their way through the snow to get an early jump on the growing season. I'll try to zoom in close on one of these so you can see how interesting this plant really is. So this is one of the flowers of the skunk cabbage. Kind of has this purple color, and if you open it up and take a peek on the inside, you'll see there's a little spadix in there with some pollen. Bees love the pollen that's in there. And then these are the leaves that are starting to grow. They're very small right now, but in a couple of months, these leaves will be enormous, sometimes up to 1.5 to 2 feet across. We'll come back and take a look at this same spot in about a month, and I bet you the whole area will be filled with giant green leaves.